Hello friends, and welcome to my hobby home. We are working on part 2 of our bobbin and blooms. Hi, my name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. So if you saw my video, I believe from Tuesday, you saw where it kind of ended abruptly. Well, I had gone to see if we could see the northern lights. I didn't see them. But when I got back, I realized I had done something really wrong. And I told y'all in an update I would let you know what it was. Well, on my second step, where I make my little heart piece, that one's got yellow. That's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can find a more solid color. Where I'm making my little heart sides. Well, you are to make 8 of them with the triangle on this end and the other 8 triangle on this side. I made all 16 I made 8 of them the wrong way. So I have come in and I've gotten all sets of them done. They are correct now. So it does happen. I was in a rush. I had my grandbaby that morning. I was listening for him, not paying attention. It happens. So now what I am doing, I am to take my B and some of the M's, that's in little bitty square pieces. And so here's my B. I have notes all over everything here. And here are my M's. I've got one that's got an alphabet and one that does not. We are making a total of 8. And it looks like what we are doing is just taking this square and putting a little white square here and a little white square here. And we're doing 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 8, so you can't mess that up too much now, can I? But guys, thank y'all so much for joining me today. I really thought I had hit that 2,000 subscribers, and then I come back a couple hours later and I was 2 subscribers down. Well, I had hit the 2,000 subscribers. Let me just say that. I had hit the 2,000 subscribers. But when I came back to look at it a little later, I was 2 more down. So, okay, it looks like I'm going to have to move my machine down just a little bit this direction. I was thinking it was a little bit further than normal. But so yes, so the giveaway is still pending right now because we just got to get that 2,000, and I need it to stay at 2,000 for at least 24 hours so I can do a giveaway. And you will see a video. You might see it before this one, or you may see it the next one after this one. But one of my subscribers, I'm going to call her a neighbor because she is in Louisiana, Amy. She sent me some Happy Mail that had a lot of goodies in it. So I did a video opening that box of goodies, and y'all, pretty much most of that box was things that she had sent me to share with you guys. Now what it is things that she has gotten in subscription boxes and things like that she hasn't used. And so she just thought she would share it with me so I can share it with you. So y'all will have to watch that video. If it comes out, I think it'll be coming out tomorrow. I think this video will come out on Wednesday, and that one will come out on Thursday. I may have it the other way around. This one may come out on Thursday and that one may come out on Wednesday. I don't know yet. But, and in the first video, part 1, y'all heard me say that I would give you an honest review of this pattern. And so far, it has been really good. Please don't let what I did affect your decision on making this or not, because that was my bad. That was my blooper for sure. I was just preoccupied and did not read the pattern. That gets me in trouble sometimes. I look at the pictures and I'm like, oh, this is the next step, and I do all of them that way and not realizing I shouldn't. And yes, y'all, I know I look a lot different right now. I've got a wet head. I came in and worked in my garden today. I had to replant my okra bed because some critter decided they wanted to dig out. I plant everything in raised garden beds because where my garden area is, the part of my yard that gets the most sun goes underwater when it rains. So I have to plant in a raised garden bed so as to not flood my garden. But something had decided to dig all the way to the ground and dig up my okra plants. But I can still plant some more of them because it's still, you know, it's still planting time for the okra. I can still plant it. And my blackberries have just about, they're just about done. But they are delicious. Now this is only the second year. It's the first year I've had anything on that plant. Because it is in a container. But this is the first year I've actually had even a slight harvest, which is all it is. It's just enough to snack on. When I go out to my garden and work in my garden, I will take one and eat one. And they're delicious. I mean, they are delicious. And my strawberries really aren't. Now, I just planted some strawberries this year, but I have a plant because I was just going to try it last year to see if I could get one to grow in a raised bed. And I did. I got one to grow, and it actually has strawberries on it this year. But it's in I don't know, a little bit of a predicament right now. It has ants in it, and I am waiting on my ant bait to come in because I don't like to sprinkle ant bait in my garden or around any food that I'm going to eat. So what I do is I put out the Terra ant baits, and last year I was able to get the discs and put in my garden. They will not ship it to me this year. Amazon will not ship it to my location. I don't know why, but I can get the stakes. It's the same stuff, but it's in a stake form that you put down in the ground, which I'm not crazy about because to me that's still putting it in the dirt around my plants. But hopefully this isn't putting it in the dirt with my plants. I'm hoping. But if it does, it does, and I can't help that. I just want to have a garden. This year, maybe I can figure out how to pickle okra myself so I can quit buying it. I'm sure I can pickle okra. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty simple. People have canned pickled okra for years, you know, so I'm sure it's something I can do too. It may be a little difficult to do it this year since I have a remodel going on my front bedroom that is currently my canning storeroom. I have all my canning stuff stored in there, so it may be a little difficult. I've got to find a way. I think I found a way. I think it's all going in my laundry room on top of a shelf. But I don't know. My husband's going to be telling me I'm trying to push him out the house again, because I try to keep all the stuff like that out of the house, the power drills and stuff like that, and he has all that sitting on top of my freezer, and I just can't stand that. So what I may end up doing for Father's Day is getting him one of those Rubbermaid. It's like a shelf thing, a shelf system, and set it up out under our carport where he can have all of his stuff accessible. You know, we still have access to it, but it's not in the house, and it can be put under a lock, because I have seen where people have chained those things. I can actually chain it to my porch, so, which is behind my house, and we don't really have a lot of trouble with people messing around here. I mean, it could be because I have 2 big dogs. I mean, that could be why. I mean, if they wanted to, they could get out of their pens, but they know where their food is at, and they know if they get out, they may not be able to get back in. And that's where their food is. But I do have one that looks like a husky that I have seen her clear the fence. She is an escape artist. I'm always scared when other dogs come up around our house that she's going to jump out of the fence and try to fight them, because she has done it before. And I'm scared she's going to get hurt. But she's kind of a guard dog. I mean, and I know a lot of people, it makes them feel better that she's in a pen, but that pen is for their safety, not hers. Because she can get out of that pen in a second. I've seen her jump. She has a feeder that hangs on the fence. It's like a self feeder for when my husband goes out of town, because I can't get in the pen with her because she wants to jump on you and play, and I'm scared she's gonna knock me down. Because when she first gets out of the pen, she's overly excited, and I'm scared she's gonna hurt me, and I don't want that. I don't want to be hurt, and no more than she wants to hurt me. She doesn't want to hurt me, but she will hurt somebody else. You know, and I don't want her to hurt people, so I try to keep her in the pen just so she knows she's safe in the pen and nobody's going to bother her. But she's not going to let anybody bother us either. And our other dog, she's in a different pen because they don't get along too well with one another. the one that can clear the fence, she doesn't like to share food. And that's because she was dropped off at our house. I don't know what kind of situation she was in before she showed up at my house. She was very thin. So I can only imagine it was not a favorable situation. But we try to keep them safe, and since she is so overly excited when she gets out, my husband tries to take care of her. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I have both of these corners on. I'm going to trim these and press them. It looks like I'm to press both sides to the top and to the outside. These are the completed units there. So let's see what we're doing next. We're assembling, looks like our flower unit. This is probably going to be a short video. I just checked the time and I had no idea it was this late already. I guess I stayed in my garden a little longer than I thought I did. Then I came in and took me a shower because I was very hot. But I'm going to see how much I can get done. Let's see, we're going to be making a total of 8, which means we're just going to be putting these units together and sewing. We're taking our small one and putting it next to our larger one. Now I am going to put a pin in this because these corners do match up. Going to take a couple of pins out here and stick on my little Cathy. And we definitely want our corners to match up. Oh, one goes down, one goes up. That's why that's... Okay, so here we go. I'm going to get that on that 1/4 inch mark there. And we're just going to sew this together. I had a comment from one of the subscribers about how much I get done, like content wise, I'm guessing. I think that's what she meant, was content. And I do try to sew every single day. I do try to record every single day. That is definitely not what my intention was, to sew every day and to record every day. But it seems like that's what it's turned out to be. I have been told by another YouTuber that if you don't post the same way all the time, that your algorithm gets messed up. And I really don't want that to happen. And I know most people, they're like, well, I don't do YouTube for the money. And I'm going to say, I don't do it for the money because it's not a lot in it. But it does help me get all of my quilts quilted. That way, if you have a hobby that is quite expensive, because I mean, quilting is expensive. It really is. The fabric is expensive. The quilting itself is expensive. Your machines are expensive. You know, and whether they're expensive or not, if you put any money out on it, even if it's a small amount, because I will say, I do have a budget for everything I buy. It is in my budget. I buy within my budget. And once I hit that budget, I'm done. But I have a set amount each month that I allow myself. But I think I'm going to have to curb it right now, because I have so many projects that I don't need to be adding extra ones to it. Okay, I'm sitting here wondering why my fabric is going haywire. That's not down, that's why. My fabric was trying to corkscrew there. Okay, and it looks like how I'm going to press these. It looks like pressing the seams open. And I'm making 2 of these from each print. I'm hoping my corners didn't get off. You know, those seams that nested, I'm hoping they did not get off there. And I'm going to show you, this thing is so handy. See how I have my pins right there on the end? Oh, yeah, I love this thing. I do have a link for it in the description of the video. So anything that I use in the making of a project, I will always put a link of it in the description. Because I know a lot of times I watch a lot of cooking videos, a lot of homesteading videos, and I like it when I can just go to the description. Like if I see they're using like a spurtle, and I love the kind of spurtle they're using, I love it if they just put a link in their video so I can just go get it. Because some of these that I watch, I know they're not going to probably even see my comment if I ask a question about what it is, where they got it. I'd love to get one, because to this day I have a wooden spoon looking thing that I'm looking for, and the video I saw it in, they didn't have it linked. And I know it's like a handcrafted item. But they didn't put who the person was, and the person I could see in the video, they had a booth and it did have like a business card on it. So I know you have to be able to contact them some way. But I couldn't find it. I could not find it. Because I love wooden cooking utensils. I love wooden ones. And I mean, I use a lot of cast iron. I use, you know, pots that you don't really want to use. I don't want to use metal on my cast iron for fear of scraping the seasoning. And a lot of people say, oh, well, that's okay. It won't hurt it. I'm not scraping my cast iron with a metal spatula. Just not going to do it. So I always try to put a link in the description of everything I use. Like I use Best Press. Love this stuff. I use Magic Pens. Love them. I use this little caddy thing. Love it. My little iron. I will link, I link every single thing, because I have received a lot of questions of what's your go-to iron, what's this, what's that, and I want y'all to be able to find exactly what I'm using if it's something you're interested in. And I will say, always first go to your local quilt shop. But if you're in an area that you don't have a local quilt shop, or it's not, there's one but it's not very close and it's just not feasible to go to it, then yes, go through my link. But I always try to encourage everyone, go to your local quilt shop first, because you are supporting a small business, and we've got to help each other out. You know, we've got to support one another. I mean, even though I am an Amazon affiliate and I receive a small commission off of anything you buy, and when I say small, it's very small. It's like pennies. So it's nothing big, but I figure it helps you out, it helps me out. Because sometimes you just can't find things in your local quilt shop, because, you know, if it's a small quilt shop, they don't have the ability to carry every single thing. So, okay. And see this little caddy that I use here? Let me set it up here. This little caddy that's got my pins on the end there. Let me turn it around. It's got a pin on the other side too. I just noticed that. It's also got your trim, your thread cutter on it. And I love this little thing. I'm telling you, I love this little thing. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm not pressing yet. I'm going to wait to press. What I am going to do now is put the other side. Now both of these are done upward, so I don't know how that's going to work. I'm just going to have to make it work. I'm trying to do as much sewing at one time as I can, so I don't have so much time down pressing, because that actually helps me in my editing of the video if I don't do that. So I am going to just be putting these together, and then I'll be pressing. I want to thank you all too for the other day I said in the video I just chit chat a lot, and I do. I like to talk. And some of you said you actually like hearing me talk. Thank you so much. When I come and do a video, I do feel like I'm talking to friends. And I love sharing all the ideas with everyone. And I have had a good bit of interest in doing the sew along. Now I'm going to research for a project. It's probably going to be a throw, and so not something real tiny. But what I'll do is find a pattern and calculate, you know, what it's going to cost for all the fabric and stuff, and I'll actually make a kit up for that, and I'll let you know. And I mean, it's just something fun to do, and because I know some people can't afford to do like a pre-cut with cotton cuts. I know that does get a little pricey. I mean, I do it on the monthly plan. You know, I pay my stuff by the month with cotton cuts, so that's how it works in my budget. Because coming up with that full amount at one time is kind of hard for me too. I would love to be able to, but when both of these that I'm doing now, I don't know if I even realized I could do that or not. But you know, now that I've been doing it this other way, I'm just so used to having it come out every month that I don't ever think about it. I just have it set up like it's a bill that comes out every month, because it is. And I mean, it's cheaper than paying for therapy. I mean, really think about that. Because therapy, that's $50 a pop, I think. With the insurance I have, it's got a copay, and that would be $50. Because they are classified as specialists. So got to make sure I'm on the and I pay way less, because you know, with therapy they want to see you at least once a week. And I actually have something to show for it with a quilt. Now, I'm not saying that people that need therapy do not need to get it. If you need therapy, please get it. And no, I'm not going to give you a sponsorship. What is that called? Better Health or whatever. I don't. Like I said before, if I don't use it or I don't do it, I don't advocate for it. So please don't think I'm telling people that need it to not get it, but because your mental health is very important. Because you're very important. You are put here for a purpose. I haven't figured out what mine is yet. Yeah, I think I have. I think mine was to be a grandma. I really think that's what mine is. Because that's my most favorite job in the world, is being a Grammy. My little grandson, my daughter sent me she FaceTimed me or video called me. I don't remember if it was FaceTime or video call. They the same thing. But my grandson, he's learned how to roll all the way over without help. And he a little chunky monkey though, you know, so he's a little slower on getting it done because he got a lot to heave around over there. And my granddaughter, my daughter-in-law's told me, she's a runner. She's like 8 months old. Is she still 8 months or 9 months? I think she's 8 months old right now. And because I have to stop and think. August. She'll be 9 months this month. And so she's not walking or running. It's just she is a fast little booger. She can move. So when I have her this weekend, I'm not going to be able to stay with her here. I'm hoping I can get enough videos ahead to where it won't matter. But if I don't, that's okay. There just won't be a video. So guys, if y'all don't get a video this weekend, you know what's going on. Well, you're going to know what's going on anyway. You know I'm going to have my grandbaby. My little grandbaby girl. I'm so excited to see her. I haven't seen her in so long. Because she went, when her daddy came home, they went and stayed up there with him a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month. I don't remember how long it was. Time flies. Time flies for me right now. It's just very it just goes by fleeting. Don't blink because you will miss it. Okay, so now I have all of my little flower sections done. So I'm going to trim these up and press these out. And guys, I think that's going to be it. Looks like we're only getting one little part done a day, but I'm trying to call it an early night, and it's already after 9 o'clock, and I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Used to, I would get, this is about the time I'd get in here to start sewing. I can't do that. Since I got sick, I have to get my rest. But we got that one more. We did the flower unit. That's what we got done. So I'm going to press these, and I will see y'all later. If you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I hope you're sewing along with me. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.